Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Class of 2020's virtual graduation. I'd like to start off by thanking all of our viewers, including the school administration, as well as the beloved friends and families of our 2020 graduates. I recognize that the situation isn't ideal. Trust me, I get it. But regardless of how we feel now, I'd like to go ahead and personally say congratulations to all my fellow classmates. We're finally done with high school and are moving on to the most important and exciting years of our lives. I know our time at Turpin was cut short, but I want all of you to look back and remember our times at Turpin. We worked hard to get to this point, so let's be proud of it. If anything, this quarantine has taught me to live life to the fullest and value the times we all once took for granted. Despite any regrets we might have had, I know we can now take that experience and ensure that we work hard towards a goal that makes us happy, and more importantly, enjoy every step to get there. I thank Turpin High School for the great memories and the everlasting friendships. It's been quite the adventure to get here, and I look forward to all of our bright futures. Once again, congratulations, graduates, and remember, we're all in this together. And now, I'll introduce my good friend, Catherine Voorhees, who will be singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I'd like to start off by saying how honored I am to be able to speak before you all today. While it hurts not being able to be with everyone in person, I for one am very grateful that I don't have to picture you all in your underwear. So for that, I thank you. I'd also like to thank the incredible teachers, administrators, and staff for their undying devotion to us students. I think that's been made evident now more than ever. I'd like to thank the parents and siblings for supporting us through all of the hardships these past 12 years, and for maybe paying attention right now. And finally, I'd like to thank all of my fellow classmates for enduring the highs and lows of high school right alongside me. We've been through so much together at this point, it feels a little surreal to be giving a goodbye of sorts. But this isn't the end. A lot of people celebrate graduation as either the start of a new life or the end of a chapter. But graduation is neither of those things. It's a continuation. A continuation of the life that we've been living into a life in the unknown. We aren't leaving behind the hard work, dedication, and perseverance that we've already developed together as a class. We're taking it with us. But as exciting as it may be heading into that unknown, I, for one, am a bit afraid. I'm afraid to be leaving life as we know it here in Anderson. I'm afraid to be on my own in a city hundreds of miles from home. I'm afraid to have to decide what my life is going to be. I am afraid. But it's not like I haven't felt like this before. I was afraid of going to high school, yet here I am now. I was, and still am, afraid of public speaking, yet here I am giving this speech. And I'm constantly afraid of failing. But despite what my sister may say, I've turned out quite all right. What I'm trying to say is, we are all heading into something new. But I know, we are all going to turn out just fine. Because life has thrown so much at us already, and I've seen how positively we can respond and bounce back from it all. We roll with the punches and find a way to come out on top. But most importantly, we look out for our friends, and in turn, they look out for us. Seniors, we are Spartan strong. So I know that no matter how hard the road gets, we can transform our fear into excitement, and our futures are going to be just fine. I am McCoy Reynolds, and I'm afraid of my future, but I'm excited for it too. So I invite you, members of the Turpin High School class of 2020, to charge into our future with fear, but live bravely in everything that we do. I refuse to let fear hold me back, so join me in having the courage to move forward, not into a new life, but into building a stronger, happier, and fulfilled life that we've already created together. Accomplish life for you, wherever it may take you. I believe in you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Typically, I begin by requesting that during the presentation of diplomas, you withhold your applause until the names of all students are read to ensure that every family hears their graduate's name without interruption. This spring has been different. This graduation is different, and my request is quite the opposite. Today, when you hear your graduate's name, please applaud, yell, cheer, blow your air horn as loud, as often, and as long as you want. Thank you. Secondly, I would be remiss if we did not take this opportunity to honor the men and women that have served our country, willing to make the ultimate sacrifice to keep us safe. In addition, during this pandemic, it is appropriate to recognize all of the emergency medical professionals, healthcare workers, police, fire and rescue, that are willing to put their own health and safety at risk every day to help us stay safe and well. In addition to the graduates that have chosen to make a commitment to the armed services or are choosing a career in any of these areas, I admire you and appreciate your decision. I ask all of you watching this ceremony to take a moment to think of the individuals that you know that are in these professions, and today, tomorrow, this week, you call, send a note, or video conference to tell them thank you. Turpin High School class of 2020. In our lives, we have defining moments, moments that we never forget. Regardless of how much time passes, we remember that moment, often where we were and what we were doing. As I reflect on the 4 years of high school that you, the class of 2020, experienced, I think of 3 defining moments, moments that evoked every emotion you can have. You started your high school years in the middle of a construction zone, where you were moving classes every few months, even having some of your classes in what is now the auxiliary gym. You were exposed to frequent construction-generated fire drills and constant adjustments to your day. As a junior, the second defining moment and the most impactful occurred. that being the death of two of your peers, one of those being a classmate. For many of us, this was the toughest thing we, as a school, have ever gone through. And now, ending your high school days as a Spartan in the middle of a pandemic that's completely disrupted the end of your senior year and has taken us down a path we would have never fathomed. What I want to make sure each of you understand is those moments, those defining moments, do not define you. How you respond and what you do in those moments define you and define this class. Words such as resilient, persistent, patient, perseverance, empathetic, kind, compassionate, driven, motivated, talented, and creative are what I feel define this senior class. In a persuasive paper, it's about the evidence to support and or prove your point. So there were 3 significant events in your 4 years. What other evidence do I have to support those words that I believe define this class? Plenty. When it comes to academic excellence, 31% of this class earned a 4.0 cumulative GPA or higher. You, the class of 2020, have earned nearly $2 million in scholarship awards. You were a major reason why Turpin was named as one of the top 10 best high schools in the state of Ohio, and is why we continue to be recognized as one of the best high schools in the nation. In the arts, you exposed us to black box theater productions. You were an integral part of the formation of the Forest Hills Marching Band that received national recognition, and a big reason why orchestras received superior ratings at OMEA state competition. Looking at athletics, this class led our student section that was recognized by the OHSAA as a finalist for the Golden Megaphone Award as being the best in the state. We had a football team that had an undefeated regular season, a boys basketball team that set a school record in wins, girls cross country qualifying for state, boys soccer qualifying for regionals, and a baseball team that earned an exciting trip to the OHSAA regionals. Swimming and diving qualifying for state 4 straight years, and gymnastics qualifying for state as a team. And most importantly, you have impacted our school culture by your leadership and service in Hope Squad, Link Crew, Key Club, Kind Club, National Honor Society, and Student Council, all organizations that support students of THS and our community. That is impactful. And the list goes on and on and on. More to validate the words that are identified with this class. The class of 2020 accomplished all of this while being the smallest graduating class ever from Turpin High School with 239 members strong. The phrase strength in numbers doesn't necessarily fit this class, but quality over quantity, as demonstrated by what you have accomplished while at Turpin, definitely does. Those are the moments that define this Spartan senior class. I was wanting to look at some song lyrics that I could use to relate to the senior class. My son tried to convince me to consider the lyrics from 2 artists, Juice WRLD and Lil Uzi. With names like that, and looking at some of the lyrics, I thought it might be better if I considered someone else. Netflix has a documentary called Sunderland Till I Die. It follows a professional soccer team in England. Anyway, the introduction song is called Shipyards by the Lake Poets. One of the lines in the song that is repeated often is, "If you could see me now, if you could see me now, I hope that I am making you proud." Graduates, look at the people around you at this moment. They see you, and yes, you have made them proud. And to each and every one of you, I am so proud of you. Congratulations to all of you on your journey. It was not typical, but it was for sure memorable. I am honored to have had the opportunity to have been your principal. My last words to you as a student of Turpin High before becoming a Spartan alum is this: whatever you do in life, whatever road you take, and whatever success you have, remember to always, always be humble and be kind. Superintendent Prebles, it is with intense pride that I present to you the class of 2020.
Hi, my name is Scott Prebles, and I am proud to be superintendent of the Forest Hills School District. On behalf of myself and the entire faculty and staff in Forest Hills, I'd like to congratulate each member of the class of 2020. We are very, very proud of each of you. Graduates, this has been a year unlike any other, which distinguishes each of you as members of a class unlike all others. No senior class before, nor hopefully after, will sacrifice as many rites of passage. You know, things happen in our lives, but our lives don't just happen. There is significance in each person's life, and there is significance in your life. And unlike any senior class to date, yours has demonstrated an abundance of flexibility, adaptability, and resilience. And you've done it during one of the most difficult times in our nation's history. You've already proven that when things happen, you don't waver. When presented with difficult situations, you don't cave. When seemingly insurmountable challenges come your way, you get the job done. You are special, and when things happen, you persevere. Graduates, I fully realize that your senior year did not finish as you, me, your parents, your teachers, nor your principal wanted. And as the parent of a senior myself, believe me when I say I get it. I'm sorry that this happened to all of us, but most importantly, I'm sorry that it happened to you. But over the last 8 weeks of my life, I've been kind of reflective, and I've learned a few things. Humans are more vulnerable than I thought. Life is extremely fragile. We need each other. Our pre-COVID connectedness may not have been as effective as I thought. We thrive for interaction, engagement, and relationships. We need each other. Our nation's wealth, power, safety, and even health is more reliant on other countries than I ever thought. We need to be better prepared in the future. And in our preparedness, we must ensure citizens at home and abroad have access, respect, equality, resources, an advocate, shelter, food, and dignity. These things are important, and that's why we need you. We need you to take what you have learned from this experience and the many others in your life and apply them as you move into adulthood and leadership roles. Don't dwell on the negative that has happened or that may happen. We need your spirit, your tenacity, your resilience, your intellect, your flexibility, your vision, and your optimism if we are to achieve success in the future. And I can't think of a generation as capable of creating that caring, hopeful, and safe future than yours. One filled with clean air, fresh water, social justice, and moral courage. We need you. Graduates, stay positive, please. Think critically, act responsibly, live productively, expect excellence from those that you elect and from yourself. And maintain a reflective disposition. Please take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. Live life, don't just let it happen. Congratulations to each of you. I wish you all the best in all of your future endeavors. Board President Heiss, Vice President Ms. Choice, and all Forest Hills board members, it is my honor to confirm that the seniors included in this video have met all school and state requirements for graduation, and as such are being presented by me to you to receive their high school diploma. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Prebles. Hello, graduates, families, loved ones, faculty, and staff to this part of the ceremony. 5 times over the past 10 years, I've had the honor of being the last person to speak before our graduating seniors received their diplomas, knowing that I had everyone's undivided attention. You had to listen to me. There was no fast forwarding or skipping me to get to the good parts of seeing you and your friends honored. I realized this time I need to step it up. I need to earn your attention. First and foremost, congratulations to the 329 graduates of Anderson High School this morning and the 240 graduates of Turpin High School this afternoon. You have persevered through challenges few others have faced. State-mandated curriculum changes, crazy testing schedules, a massive school renovation project, 2 years with no snow days. And just when you close in on the finish line, a global pandemic. You have conquered it all with grace and fortitude. You are truly unstoppable. To the teachers and administrators, thank you for your passion and commitment to our students. The last 2 months have been unprecedented. Your ability to completely alter your teaching methods and techniques on just days' notice has been phenomenal. Thank you. To the parents, a deep thank you for all the effort and love that you've shown our graduates over the years. Who knew the dreaded blizzard bags of old would be a small inkling of what was to come? A special shout out to the grandparents. These last 2 months have likely been especially difficult. So be safe, but absolutely take pride in your graduate. Let's face it, without you, they would not be here. And to the community, you have been instrumental in providing the support that has enabled us to provide excellent education for our children, from curriculum to facilities. As an alumnus, as a parent, as a school board member, and as a lifelong advocate for Anderson Township and Newtown, I thank you. Now, at this point, I can sense many of you are wondering, how is this stepping it up? So here I go. An important part of every graduation is having an older person sit in front of you and give life advice. So mine is that life is all about risks. Now, it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to show it. So I am going to take a risk that has never been done by a school board president in a commencement speech. I'm going to finish this speech while attempting to cut my own hair. Now, I've never done this before. I actually gave my son a haircut a couple days ago and made him cry. My mother didn't let me play with scissors. Although interestingly, as soon as I thought about it, how to cut your own hair came up on my internet feed. How crazy is that? So actually, I went and grabbed some of my mom's patriotic fabric here. I'm in the superintendent's conference room. I'm going to try and keep it somewhat presentable here. So, you know, you only live once, right? YOLO. Well, YOLO. YOLO is both a challenge and a warning. First, the challenge. We only get one chance for a living. And more than anybody else, we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. So think about the things that you really wanted to do in the spring that you put off and decided to do later in the year. Ow. Okay, sharp shears, another life lesson. So maybe you didn't go to that basketball game because you were hoping to go to a baseball game. Maybe you didn't go out to dinner with friends because you'll just do that in April. Maybe you really wanted to have a senior skip day. You nailed that one. So take advantage of today. When opportunities come, seize them. See where they take you. Absolutely take chances. Dare to fail. And when you fail, kind of an interesting, oh man. An interesting, okay. Maybe we'll go with a longer one. So if you do fail, then get up, dust yourself off, and take another chance. More than any other graduate before you, you understand how quickly things can change. Now, this is all just hair, but this has changed a lot very quickly. So ultimately, try to find joy in difficult circumstances. There will certainly be times of sadness and heartache. There'll be times that demand intensity and drive. But life is crazy. And it's truly better when you take it with a strong sense of humor. So while I finish up here, and this may, oh wow, definitely turn it on too. I would like to, let's get to the good part. On behalf of my fellow board members, Mrs. Dee Dee Choice, Mrs. Elizabeth Barber, Dr. Leslie Rasmussen, and Mrs. Patty Taylor, congratulations on your graduation, and may the virtual diploma giving begin.
Maxwell Powers Abatello, Christopher Lee Adamski, Aaliyah Sue Anderson, Ethan Reed Armbruster, Maxwell Errold Arnold, Deborah Alejandra Asbury, cum laude, Jack Abraham Bachman, Cameron Bear, Celeste Baldoff, Kelsey Dawn Bauer, Elizabeth Grace Bazzoli, cum laude, Samantha Lynn Beinke, Joshua Christopher Bell, summa cum laude, Thomas Robert Bernard, cum laude, Hannah Malloy Burke, Taylor Christine Black, cum laude, Jacob Wayne Bolin, Madeline Suzanne Bonfils, summa cum laude, Lucy Margaret Bosey, Zane Austin Brinker, Timothy Matthew Brown, Sarah Lucette Burke, Jillian Grace Bush, Sean Michael Butkovich, Destiny Elizabeth Callahan, Diego Javier Capetillo, cum laude, Drew Evan Carpenter, Elijah Jerome Carroll, Matthew Alexander Carroll, James Christopher Carson, Maxwell Michael Caruso, Catherine Ann Cassidy, Jasmine Celine Kyra Castillo, Elizabeth Foley Chamberlain, Alexander Stephen Champlin, Nolan Alexander Chung, Kaya Grace Cerrone, Jeremiah Anthony Cliff, Dominic Donald Clifford, Marcus Edward Collins, Aidan Joseph Comstock, Andrew Scott Conklin, Jonathan Christopher Conway, Timothy Zeke Conway, Alexander Daniel Covington, cum laude, Reed Barrett Crowley, Mara Kennedy Cueto, Micah Andrew Day, Rylan Adam Deems, Emma Marie Diley, Brody Patrick Donovan, Adrian Alexander Durakos, William Colin Driscoll, Alexander Roger Dufour, Brogan Robert Eckert, Jamie Lily Edmondson, Maxwell Michael Eamon, Tegan Renee Standriff Ernst, Reese Gareth Evans,
Caden Jill Fahrenbeck, Jordan Andrea Fanning, Matthias A. Fernandez Hernandez, Joseph Patrick Fredette, Garrett William Fry, Tristan David Fritz, Zachary David Gardner, magna cum laude, Paige Genevieve Gardner, Anna C. Jerome, Tyler Clark Gilbert, Megan Olivia Gonis, summa cum laude, Joseph Luis Gutierrez III, Cameron Earl Hacker, Sarah Jessica Hacker, magna cum laude, Abigail Megan Hall, Jacob Stephen Hammond, Olivia Ruth Hamilton, cum laude, Alyssa Michelle Han, Gavin Alexander Harsha, Madeline J. Hart, summa cum laude, Clement Austin Hartley, Elena Claire Hayes, cum laude, Alexander Dimitri James Hayes, Jacob James Hedrick, cum laude, Nathan Charles Heitzman, Nicholas Crawford Hellman, Christopher Lee Helton, Dominic Joseph Heiss, Peyton Eric Hicks, Brandon Michael Hill, Griffin Michael Hobbs, cum laude, Andrew Thomas Hawk, Luke Weston Hawk, Allison Christine Holbrook, Kylie Madison Howard, Sophia Christine Hunt, Skylar Renee Huster, cum laude, Donovan Paul Johnson, Kayla Mackenzie Jones, cum laude, Nathan Isaiah Jones, Owen Walter Jones, Nicole Sarah Jump, Lauren Grace Kaler, Kevin Angelo Kerrigan, Victoria Elizabeth King, Xavier Paul Kinman, Eric Kendall Kleindienst, Tanner Charles Klimkowski, Sydney Alexandra Kanake, Nolan Riley Knight. Connor Michael Koki. Mikael Alexander Kozian. Andrew Robert Kroger, magna cum laude. Stephen Eric Cruz II. Cole Branham Kipper. Ethan Branham Kipper, cum laude.
Hunter Olivia Lack. Cameron Michael Ladrick, cum laude. Sydney Marie Labe. Jackson Terrence Lambert, summa cum laude. Nathan Daniel Letchworth. Eric Alexander Lindquist, magna cum laude. Samuel Jerome Mackenheimer. Jackson Cole Maddie. Anna Cecilia Malagary. Zachary Shea Marsh. Jane Olivia Maxwell. Catherine Zoe McGlamory, cum laude. Erin Blayr McGrath, summa cum laude. William Jesser McGrew, cum laude. Nicholas Ryan McLaughlin. Ariana Marie McTurnan. Olivia Rose Mayer. Philip James Messerly, magna cum laude. Maxwell John Meyer. Christina Charles Mickey. Jennifer Ann Middendorf, magna cum laude. Mark Joseph Middendorf, magna cum laude. Joshua D. Miller, Jr. Miles Joseph Malloy. Isabella Luca Mora. Lindsay Elizabeth Mort. Jonathan Scott Morton, magna cum laude. Peter Dean Morton. Andrew Jewel Motes. Dylan Michael Murray. Catherine Rose Muscatello. Quincy A. Musio. Tyler Logan Nafziger, cum laude. Rayshawn Nash. Firuz Mansurjonovich Negmatov. Margaret Rebecca Niemeyer, magna cum laude. Paul John Nikolai. Dylan J. Nugent. Katie Beth Odell. Kelly Reed Olson. Sydney Elizabeth Orth. Olivia Concheta Palermo. Grayson Philip Douglas Paulin. Pasha Pence. Callie Annabelle Phillips. James Richardson Pippinger. Anna Golden Polifka, magna cum laude. Olivia Profant Preston. Olivia Alexandria Puntanay, summa cum laude. Sydney Melaine Ralston. Adavan Sarang Ramkumar. Timothy Jason Randall. Matthew Paul Ratterman. Samuel Edward Rao. Joshua Daniel Reed. Grace Ann Reedy. McCoy Alexander Reynolds, summa cum laude. Preston Hart Rhodes. Hayden James Richardson. Rowan Rendani. Emily Margaret Ritzenthaler. Vaughn Edward Robison. Callista Virginia Rogers. Leah Meng Roodhouse. Paul Andrew Rosenfeld. Morgan Healy Rothenbach. Allison Renee Rowland. Nadia Jacqueline Ruano. Amber May Russell, summa cum laude. Morgan Elizabeth Russell. Ethan James Rudder.
Brady Emmerich Sammons. Stephen Andrew Sammons Jr. Nicole Andrea Sanchez, cum laude. Gabriella Therese San Germano. Emil Sayahi. Devin Jan Scoble. Cody Allen Seaman. Austin Lloyd Sexton. Connor Allen Shaw. Robert Owen Shetler III. Justin Cole Silverstein. Ava Jewel Singer. Keegan William Slaney. Emma Elizabeth Smith. Jacob Malone Smithers. Paige Elizabeth Snowball. Lena Grace Stinson Sotkevich. Owen Kaiser Spencer, cum laude. Claire Nicole Steinbrunner. Catherine Marie Strube, magna cum laude. Lonnie Sturgill Jr. Amanda Cheyenne Swartz. Annika Mason Tamkis, cum laude. Julia Lauren Tamkis. Haley Renee Thomas. Garrett Stutzman Thurston. Ella Catherine Tierney. Nicholas Allen Tilford. Sarah Elizabeth Tizoon, summa cum laude. Harrison C. Tiskevich. Catherine Paige Van Pelt. Lily Ann Vargo. Charles Kenneth Verdon. Catherine Nicole Voorhees. Elena Laura Ward. Carolina Elizabeth Ward. Christopher David Ward, summa cum laude. Reagan Lee Watkins. Sophie Marie Weaver, summa cum laude. Benjamin David Wells. Carrie Ann Jeanette White. Kaylee Sue Williams, cum laude. Austin John Williamson. Natalie Ray Wilson, cum laude. Jessica Ray Whittakin, cum laude. Alex Zachary Wolfel. Ari Rebecca Warner. Jade Elizabeth Wallman. Lexus Lynn Yager. Andrew Thomas Young, cum laude. Emma Renee Young. Talene Samir Zananari. Zachary Von Zellner, magna cum laude.
It's the last hour before it all closes. The last song the band plays tonight. And I knew from the moment I met you that I'd probably be alright. We walked to my house under starlight, but I left my keys in the car. So we climbed in through my kitchen window, and we danced until dawn in the dark. Well, now we'd spent 1 year and counting, and I still remember that night when you told me that you'd never leave me behind, when you told me that we'd be alright. Face I see every morning, you're the last face I see every night. Lord knows that though it ain't easy, I can trust that we'll be alright. We built a new house in the city with a little backyard and a tree, and every spring that tree grows a flower. We'd spent 2 years and counting, and I still remember that night when you told me that you'd never leave me behind, when you told me that we'd be alright. Now we'd spent 4 years and counting, and I still remember that night when you told me that you'd never leave me behind, when you told me that we'd be alright. I told you that we'd be alright.
Hail to all at Turpin high, hail maroon and gold. Let the Spirit carry on for both young and old. Spartans all are we with steadfast loyalty. Friendships grow and memories flow from Turpin High.
Thank you for joining the Turpin High School class of 2020's graduation ceremony. After the ceremony is over, please stay to watch our senior slideshow. But first, members of the Board of Education, Superintendent Prebbles, and Principal Spencer. On behalf of the Turpin High School class of 2020, I greatly accept these diplomas. Would all graduates please join me in moving the tassel from right to left?